Welcome into A Toast to Film. I'm one of your hosts, Ebo, and guys, this week I got a nice episode for you. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, just like me. I got a little bit of a cold, so hopefully the audio, sounds good for all y'all. We appreciate you listening. This week I'm just toasting. I got my Liquid Death Southern Lime. I just got some water because your boy has just been snorting and sneezing the whole weekend, but did manage to go to the theater 3 times. Checked out Skincare and Strange Darling, which we'll be reviewing today. And I also went and saw Alien Romulus for a second time, and it definitely did go up for me in rating. But before we get to these theatrical releases, we got some business to handle. And that is the man, the myth, the legend, who I can never get in frame, Mr. Snail. It is time for Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week. So this week it was X2 X-Men United from Bryan Singer. And, the sequel to X-Men, I have always talked up this one a lot, saying it is one of my favorite of the X-Men franchise. And I decided to check it out. It was Mr. Snail's pick for Disney Plus. And I think we've been spoiled with some of the later, superhero movies, such as the Marvel movies or even Logan, X-Men Days of Future Past, which Bryan Singer also did, X-Men First Class, Deadpool, and Wolverine. That when you go back, you get a little bit of nostalgia, but you also can definitely feel the date. I still say I think the casting was perfect. Famke Janssen. We got Brian Cox as William Stryker. Love that. Halle Berry. Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. Need I say more? James Marsden. Rebecca Romaine. I like old Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. I thought that was pretty cool. X2 X-Men United, I think, is still one of the better X-Men movies to me. I definitely still have some love for it. But I will say, after not watching it for a few years and checking it out, it's a fine movie. I would still put it in the 3 to 3.5 range, somewhere in there. I think it's still a great watch, and I hope you checked it out. But on to what is at hand for this week, and that is Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week. So we did X-Men. Now we have to do the new pick. And Mr. Snail has decided something special for this week. So I have some people, I'm very grateful for in my life, some good friends who they've been submitting movies to me and none of them have been picked yet. So Mr. Snail decided this week, in place of his D20, we're going to be rolling a D12. And that is because we have nothing but my friends' picks as a way for Mr. Snail to give back to them. So we have At Eternity's Gate, Rye Lane, Electric Dreams, Waxwork, The Natural, Food Fight, Big Trouble in Little China, Aliens, Bridget Jones's Diary, Last Dragon, Chopping Mall, and I threw in an Eddie pick, I'm not going to lie, Molly and Max in the Future. Now, Mr. Snail not only has decided that we will be doing just from the D12, but also he has decided this week, and no reason I'm doing this early, it is a double feature week here at A Toast to Film for Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week. That's right. I will be rolling, and I'll be also editing in the footage for y'all, but I will be rolling this D12 not once, but twice to pick out what Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week will. So, Mr. Snail, we're going to move you right here. You can hang on to your D20 for this week. And as you see the wonderful desk here at A Toast to Film Studios, I also do a lot of painting on here. So up first, we got a Nat 11 Chopping Mall. Very excited about that. And next up, we got a 10, which is The Last Dragon. All right. So let's check out where these are filmed. While I'm pulling this up, guys, I will say one thing I love about Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week is, and there you go, just another reason I love it. I was going to say, most of the picks on Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week are available on Tubi, and this is no different. The Last Dragon, available to watch on Tubi. You don't even need an account, guys. So make sure to stay, watch along with us for in 2 weeks when we come back and review it. And guess what? You won't even have to change the channel because Chopping Mall also available on Tubi for free. Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week. And this week is a double feature just of my friends. The Last Dragon, because who's the prettiest? Who's the baddest? Show enough. And Chopping Mall, just a fun movie. I still remember buying this on DVD at Kmart and watching it. So stay tuned for those. But now that we got Mr. Snail taken care of, because, he's a VIP, we got to get him out of the way first. Let's get into 2 theatrical releases that you may or may not heard of. So first up, we have Skincare. So this is from director Austin Peters, who, going into this, I already had some like for the guy because apparently he was the young boy Phantom in The Phantom with Billy Zane, one of my all-time movies. And he also has directed some Orville Peck music videos, The Masked Cowboy, who I'm a big fan of. So going into this, it has Elizabeth Banks as Hope Goldman, who right before she's about to launch her skincare line, she has all this bad luck befell her. She has like all these lewd emails sent to her whole list. She has people posting, Craigslist ads of her in her lingerie that have been like Photoshop. She has all this. And it's at the same time that right across the street, Louise Mendez as Angel is starting a new skincare line. So, could Angel be the one at work? I think this movie, it was a very enjoyable movie. I think that the plot was good. I think there's some good performances. Lewis Pullman's another one of the leads. He plays Jordan. He was old Bob from Maverick. And I think this movie's good. It gets a little odd at points. Like when we go to Angel's house and we find out what this super successful guy does when he goes home every day. So there's some really interesting things. I do think the script was a little choppy, but it as a drama and a mystery, like who is coming for Hope, I did enjoy the movie, and I thought everyone was good. I thought the payoff wasn't bad, and I liked it. I would give it like a 3.3 out of 5 cheers. It's better than your average movie, and I think y'all should check it out if you don't go to theaters, at least when it hits streaming. Okay, next up, this movie's been getting a lot of love, and I have some things to say about this movie. So this is Strange Darling from director J.T. Molnar. And great cast. We got Willa Fitzgerald as the lady. She was young Madeline in Fall of the House of Usher, and she was also Emma in the Scream TV series, both of which love both those shows. Kyle Gallner as the demon. He was recently Joel in Smile. He typically plays a cop, but, underappreciated actor. Barbara Hershey, Lorraine from the Insiz franchise, plays Genevieve. And then Ed Begley Jr. plays Frederick. Big fan of him because he was in that cast of characters that did like Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, which I was a huge fan of growing up. So this movie, it starts out by title screen saying like this story is being told in 6 chapters about one of the most intricate serial killers from 2018 to 2020. As soon as I saw the 6 chapters, I was a little like, And then we start in chapter 4. We go to chapter 1. We go chapter 3. We go chapter 2. We go 5. We go 6. Can we just do linear storytelling? That's all we need. All we need is linear storytelling. Just point A to point B. If you want to start at, say, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you want to start at 8, give us something, a little crumb that'll get us invested. Or the reason he did this is to get you to feel certain ways. I'm fine with that, but I don't like when it's overdone. you know, stories, everyone has to be an artist these days. Everyone has to prove, to the cinema world what genius they are. And we don't need that. We just need a quality movie. And the bones of this is a quality movie. I really enjoy the premise. I thought Willa and Kyle crushed it as our leads. But it's just the long shots and the weird stuff and the jumping around. We just didn't need all of that. There was some of it I was okay with. The opening shot I was okay with. There's one where they show most of a scene, skip forward in time, and then come back. I thought that was effective, but I just feel he jumped around too much. And if we could just get more people creating movies that are, linear in nature, then I think it would be much better for them, because you got movie guys like me. We're going to enjoy this, most of the time anyway, because we just love film. But when you get, your average moviegoer, your Joe Schmo, your Cindy Schmo, it's Thursday night. We haven't gone to theater in a month. Let's go to movies. Or, hey, I heard about this. Let's go. These are the people that we need. And when you have a movie like this, they're going to walk out and they're not going to feel. I just, as Trey can tell y'all, I just have a personal vendetta against people jumping around time. That's my biggest issue with Challengers. I'll tell you this, if Challengers was a linear story, because the quality acting, the quality cinematography, everything about that movie was made so well, except the jumping around, Challengers would be in my top 10 of the year. But it irks me because I just don't like the jumping around. Like I said, there was a couple of moments I thought was good, because in this movie, JT Molnar, he is trying to make you assume things, give you these ideas that he can toy around with the script, which I think's fine, but I just think everyone needs to quit trying to be this, artiste, and just be a filmmaker. And if this is what you want to make, that's fine. But I just feel that it hinders so many people when they're trying to make this, oh, you guys don't understand. Like, at the end of the day, this movie's plot is very simple. So maybe that's another reason. I don't know. I'm very torn on this because I love so much about it, but it's kind of that Challengers thing where just the things that stuck out to me a lot stuck out like with me, where that's the one thing I can think about when I'm trying to tell folks about this. I still think it's a good movie. I still think y'all should check it out. But for me, Strange Darling, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 cheers. I can't give it a 3 because I was just so out of the movie from the jump with the jumping back and forth time frame. But still a good film. So, guys, we got 2 interesting movies that y'all can check out. And please stay tuned for Mr. Snail's Pick of the Week, Last Dragon, and Chopping Mall, both available on Tubi for free. Check back with us, not this coming up week, but the following week, where we will have Mr. Snail roll again. And I think we'll go back to his handy dandy D20 for that week. But guys, we just appreciate you listening. And if you want to let us know what you think, you want to tell us some movies to check out, or anything else, there's so many ways you can do it. But let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram and TikTok, A Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on YouTube, A Toast to Film, or check me out on Twitter at film_toast. And from Trey and myself and Mr. Snail, we just wish you a good night and good viewing.